I hope everybody got one of the highlighters in the back of the room. When you came in, we still have a couple people signing in at the door. And there's a lot of seats in the middle here. I don't know where everybody's moving over to the side, and it's kind of like at church, people want to sit in the back, they want to sit in the front. Maybe it's easier to scoot out, right? Okay. So the first thing I'd like to do is take a look at the agenda, and I'd like to entertain a motion, if someone drives to the mic, please, to accept the agenda as presented with flexibility. Hit the button on the side.
Tawana Lane, Treasurer. I accept the minutes with the agenda with flexibility.
Second. I have a second from Yvonne Basich.
Point of information.
Yes.
I would like to strike Section 7, approval of expenditures for executive director search.
Yes.
Thank you.
We don't need to put that on there. Thank you. So we're going to strike under new business A. Okay? All right. All in favor of accepting the agenda as presented, please say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, thank you. Appearances. We are fortunate today that we have some of our candidates for the school board who have come to address you today. I see 3 of them in the back, and the 4th one is not available. And I'm going to ask Sarah Lale, our GR chair, to come up and introduce them. She'll give a report on GR later. So you can come up here to the microphone over here, Sarah, and introduce them, please.
Madam President.
Okay, can we get a motion to approve the minutes from August?
That's why I'm here.
Charles,
Joining the Chair, Board of Director, I move that we approve the minutes from the August 29th meeting.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies. All in favor of accepting the minutes of our August meeting, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay, great. All right, so, Sarah.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to first introduce for District 1, David Murray.
I'm going to come up there.
Yeah, please.
Hi, how is everyone today? Good. Thank you so much for having me. If I could, I'll just invite Edward up, and we could just knock me and him out at the same time. Save some time for you guys. Many of you know Edward is soon to be the longest serving member of the school board. Believe it or not, Ed and I have been working, advocating for students since elementary and middle school in Prince George's County.
I just want to say thank you for the invitation. I first want to start off by thanking your executive board and your president. Ms. Dudley is fighting for you every day behind the scenes and when need be on the microphone. So I just want to start off by thanking Ms. Dudley. I also want to thank, like I said, David and I, we went through the system. We were in student government together. And my former SG advisor, Ms. Deborah Neal, is here. So I wanted to recognize her because without committed SG advisors, David and I wouldn't be here today. So thank you, Ms. Neal, for all that you've done. David and I both graduated from the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and our mentor is Dr. Freeman Rabowski. And so whenever I speak to educators, I quote him, and basically what he says is, what you do today can and will impact generations yet more. And that really speaks to the scope of a quality educator. And I think it's our job as, hopefully, members of the school board, to give you the tools that you need to be successful and to support you in doing it. And so we look forward to having an open and collaborative relationship with PGCEA. We've also known Ms. Dudley for over 10 years, and so she has no problem with pulling us to the side to tell us exactly what you need and how you need it and when you need it by. I don't know if you noticed, but during the meeting, when I first got here, Ms. Dudley pulled me in the closet and gave me a to-do list. A to-do list and a list of do's and don'ts. So, in all seriousness, we look forward to working with you. Is there anything particular you wanted to address, Ms. Dudley?
No. Nothing in particular, not right now.
Well, I'll wrap it up by saying we're really looking forward to working with you all and advocating for you all. However, the election is coming up. It's very soon, and it's very important that PGCEA gets the candidates that their board spends so much time vetting and selecting candidates that are going to look after teachers' best interests, that we get them elected. And so, Mr. Mahmoud, if you wouldn't mind standing for 1 second. Mr. Mahmoud has been working with us for several years now. He's passing around a clipboard. We're trying to get your emails so that we can stay in touch, and if you're able to help out during early voting or on election day when school is closed.
We're going to be doing that.
Ms. Dudley's got it from here. And so, and that's what we really look forward to working with. She was the SGA advisor when we were only in middle school. So we've had a working relationship with her for a long time. And if I could say one more thing, sorry about that. I didn't think about that until after I said it.
I think people would like to know, like, what high schools you guys went to. That's important to us.
So I went to Eleanor Roosevelt.
I went to Hillcrest Heights Elementary, Forest Heights Elementary, Benjamin Stoddard Middle, and Crossland High School.
Yeah, I went to Yorktown Elementary, Benjamin Tasker Middle School, Samuel Ogle Middle School, and then finished at Eleanor Roosevelt.
And I went to Bowie State. And I left Bowie State when they dropped my class because I couldn't afford it. And I went to University of Maryland. David and I were roommates at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, under Dr. Freeman Radowski.
And if I can make one last plug, I think they're going to play her video. Ed and I are feeling really good about our races, and so it's really our top priority to get Rahila Ahmed elected. She's running in the Bowie, Upper Marlboro area. She couldn't get out of work to be here today. So a lot of the teachers that are going to help on election day, we're going to be asking that she go to her district because unfortunately she has a really tough race, and she's running against someone who's not a friend to the teachers union, who's not going to look out for your interests. And so that's why, since we feel like we're safe, we're trying to get one more person on the school board so that we can work together and get things done.
Okay, thank you, fellas.
Thank you.
And I will say this, they're young, but they're smart. And they listen. And we need people on that school board that are going to listen and be progressive in thought and not always be saying, look, listen to me. Not always saying, well, you know, we've got to do this and we got to do that. Be attentive to what's coming down the pike and looking for the future. And I think that our endorsement committee made some really wise choices with these two young men. And yes, I do scold them. As a matter of fact, I told Edward Burroughs not to run for school board when he ran the first time. He didn't listen and he ran anyway. So, but you stumble and you step, but then you get smarter and stronger. And I have seen him grow. That's why this time we were willing to step up and endorse him. So thank you, gentlemen, for being here. Sarah?
Okay, so just a reminder, David Murray is in District 1 and Edward Burroughs is in District 8. Do you want to do Rahila first?
Yes.
Okay, so okay. In District 7, we have Kay Alexander Waller.
Good afternoon, everyone. You have to bear with me, I'm a little under the weather. Apologize for not shaking as many hands as my good colleagues. Oh, thank you. I don't want to get anyone sick. I'm born and raised in District 7. Born in District Heights on Addison Road South. And then my family moved to Upper Marlboro, where I attended Patuxent Elementary School. Then the tag program there was bused down to Gwen Park Middle early in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. And then I missed the deadline to take the Science and Tech examination to go to Charles Brook Flowers. So I went to Frederick Douglass for 1 year, and then I graduated from Dr. Henry A. Washington High School in 2009. My passion as a board member right now is alumni engagement. As you heard earlier, Mr. Burroughs and Mr. Murray are alums of the very same school system they seek to represent on the Board of Education, as am I, as is Ms. Rahila Ahmed. The endorsement committee endorsed 4 candidates who are all alums of PGCPS. that speaks to the production and the success of our students, and that comes from you all. And so as an alum of the school system, not just a board member, I want to humbly thank you for your support and your endorsement. And as I said in my interview, collaboration is what I govern by. I don't want to be at a board meeting and I just know what PGCEA wants from a particular topic. I want to hear from you all directly. I want you all to be at the table with me, fighting with me, and sometimes putting my feet to the fire, quite honestly. I don't want to just get an email or just a testimony. Those work, but I want you all right next to me, fighting with me every step of the way. With that, I thank you, and I apologize again for my raspy voice. My colleague, Mr. Rose, will say I'm long-winded, so I'm going to wrap it up here before I had to step out for a week because I had strep throat. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Kay.
I do want to remind everyone that what we do is PGCA endorse them. They are friends of PGCA. We stand behind them. So when you go to vote and you're in their district, please vote for them. We do have one video from Rehelia.
And I'm praying that this is going to work. She did send it to us.
I thank you for your support of my candidacy. It means so much to me because many of you had a direct impact on my personal growth and development. As a student, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rahila, and I plan to be your next school board member for District 5. I apologize for not being here in person, but I thank you for your support of my candidacy. It means so much to me because many of you had a direct impact on my personal growth and development. As a student at Haddbridge Elementary School, Samuel Middle School, and Eleanor Roosevelt High School, you were my teachers. And now you're inspiring a whole new wave of students. The last time you might have seen me was in 2012, when I ran for this same seat. At that time, I won the primary election and came 3 percentage points shy of winning the general. I ran because I was unsatisfied with our current representation. I grew up in this community, and I believe that this community deserves a strong advocate, a grassroots activist, a stand-out, courageous leader that knows our schools and has walked our halls. I believe we need that type of advocate now more than ever before, and that's what I bring to the table. Since 2012, I've knocked on over 10,000 doors asking all types of stakeholders about their thoughts on our schools. I've served on the University System of Maryland Board of Regents, representing over 150,000 students across 12 Maryland universities. I started a financial literacy program in 2 of our high schools. I work as an advocate for foster care youth in our community. I've led multiple literacy workshops in over 12 county elementary schools, and I've tutored and continue to tutor Prince George's County students in math and reading. I'm going to be that advocate for our students in our community because I've never stopped. I have a tough opponent to face in November. That's exactly why I need your support. People may not trust our system right now, but people believe teachers. You are the moral pillars of our community. If I have you, I know I'm going to be successful. So please, come volunteer at the polls on election day. Take a yard sign to put up at your home. Spread the word to your families and friends in District 5 to come out and vote. Together, we can win this. Thank you.
All right. So that's the fourth one. Sarah, is there anything else you want to add about the candidates?
Again, Rahelia is also a friend of PGCA, and we also support her as a candidate. And I think it speaks volumes when you have two other candidates speak highly of another candidate. And I think that's something that if you go to District 5 and you're voting, that's the person you need to vote for. Thank you. Remember, you tell one person who tells another person who tells another person, the campaigns will grow. So speak out when you get out. When you leave here, speak to everybody that you can speak with, the vote for people that support us as teachers. Because one thing we don't find a lot of these days is support for teachers.
Thank you very much. Let's give our candidates a hand. And I will share with them, there is really not a whole lot of need for you to get names, addresses, and phone numbers, and I appreciate if you would not do that. We have sign-ups for our members here today, so that those of you who are here can sign up to work the polls, make phone banking calls, and work early voting and work on election day. And Randy Nickens has some special incentives for you to volunteer as we move towards the government relations portion of our agenda. I do want to take 5 to 10 minutes to introduce you to Mr. Michael Gavins from NEA Member Benefits. And I'm doing my best here. I'm going to see if I can do this. I'm having technical difficulties because for some reason I can't get the
Oh, no problem. I can wing it. Thank you so much, Teresa. And thank you, everyone, for having me here. I come in, I'm with the NEA Member Benefits. I come in like the uncle with all the fun, sugary candy and loud toys, and then when the real things happen, I leave. So I just want to thank you. Think of your member benefits as the cherry on top of the association Sunday, the fun things. There's over 10,000 different discounts and programs you can take advantage of. There's everyday things like Target, Target, to big things, to financial planning, and everything in between. All you need to do, if you're a full member of the association, of the local, you're a member of MSCA as well, which means you're a member of the NEA, so you take advantage of all these benefits. All you need to do is go to neamb.com to access over 10,000 discounts and programs. And whatever email address you've given to the local, which means that's your username. So if you've never been there before, you just sign it, you just create your own account with the email address you've given, as long as it's not a work email address. Okay, if it's a Yahoo, AOL, some of our more seasoned members, Prodigy perhaps, but I think there's a Netscape or two out there too. But so you use that, you create your own password, and you can get daily discounts, like 30% off of movie theater tickets, buying a different a vehicle, to there's different vacation programs. Now, not every program is going to be right for you. Just as like, for example, I work with the Federal Education Association, the military, so I suggest that if they ask me about some of the benefits, like car insurance, I say stick with USAA. But we have a great program called California Casualty, one of our best business partners out there, and my personal friend, Sandra Clemens Butler. I think a lot of you know her. She comes around.
She'll be here next month.
There you go. She's a real friend to the association. But there's also big benefits like life insurance programs. Some of them are free. By the way, do you all know you have a little bit of free life insurance as a member? Okay. It's called Complimentary Life Insurance. Oh, here we go. NEAMB.com. It's from $1,000 for every day for a situation for natural occurrence, up to $150,000 for an illegal homicide. And trust me, you don't want to get into what a legal homicide is. There are some. But there's also $50,000 worth of coverage for accidental death and dismemberment. A real fun subject, I know. But you all have it, but in order to activate it, you must put a beneficiary. okay? Now, a lot of us put on our life insurance policies, whether it's the NEAs, whether it's something you purchase, whatever it is, a lot of times we did it when we first joined the association. So we put our parents. Then after a few years, we put our spouse. Some of us, after a few years, a different spouse is needed to be put on there. So you want to make sure that it's up to date and accurate. And that's a big issue for our members. Another big issue, obviously from what I'm about to say, you can tell I'm the middle child, because the first child, every single thing is bought for the first child. The baby Bjorns, the life insurance, the Gerber college tuition, and the life insurance is put on that child's name. Second child, yeah, maybe get the hand-me-downs, but oh yeah, let's put the second child's name on the beneficiary. Third child, or surprise child, is, yes, we kind of forget about us. So we see our kids fighting over the remote control. Imagine on your life insurance. But again, there's a lot of different programs and benefits for you. We even have different types of vacation packages. Some of us want to be adventurous and go to the Himalayas with that package, or some of us, me, want to go to fine restaurants in Rome. And it's very cheap. There's everyday restaurant coupons. You can buy a gift card with a face value of $50 or $100, but you only pay $2 or $5 for it. Yeah. So I give this away to a lot of my family members, not the close ones who know the discount, but the ones, the Facebook relatives. So I give them a $50 gift card to a restaurant by them. They think I'm awesome. I only pay $2 for it. So there's different ways to use these member benefits for yourself, and different programs to engage different members and potential members. Does anyone have any questions for me?
I want to thank Michael for coming, and I just wanted to show you the click and save portion, because I am very frugal, and I wanted to show you how easy it is to really just click and save. Because what you do is you just go, you register the website, and then you can just start shopping. And how many times do we shop online? So you can just go online and go to click and save, continue.
Well, if I may, I take advantage of this quite a lot, to the point they probably switched it so staff is at the bottom of the email list. I recommend people sign up for the email alerts, because you get extra discounts on top of it. Does everybody remember when the iPad 2 first came out? Well, I signed up for email alerts to get extra discounts, and I got an email saying I'd like to get the iPad 2 for $50. Yeah, not $50 off, $50. I'm like, yeah, sure. So I was one of 2,500 NEA members that was able to get that discount. Now, 2,500 sounds like a lot, but there's several million of us. So what happened was, but not everyone signed up for it. So what happened was I got an email saying you can go to neamb.com between 8 and 8:30 Eastern Standard Time and click on the Apple icon and shop online, and the marketing code for the big discount will be in the basket. So I got that for dirt cheap. I bought a car, saved just under $8,000. So there's really something for everyone. So I want to thank you all for having me here. Is there anything else you'd like from me?
Well, I think they're all NEA member benefits champions, aren't
Yes, yes.
So you should have gotten a little pin when you came in that said NEA member benefits champions. Virginia McLaughlin, Damon. Hold that door for me for a second. Now you got the highlighters, but you also should have got a little pin for your lapel that says NEA member benefits. We'll get them for you. Where are the pins? In your office. Okay.
Thank you all. I'll go help find them.
Okay.
Thank you so much, everyone.
So this is one of the many benefits of NEA and being a part of NEA. I use this every week. Anytime I buy anything online, even when I go to Home Depot or Lowe's, and when I needed a hot water heater, I went and looked at hot water heaters, but I bought it through the NEA Click and Save. And by buying it through the Click and Save, I got points. And sometimes they double the points, triple the points, quadruple the points. Now, I have 3,000 points. Anybody want to go to movies with me? Yeah. Because I can take those points and then trade them in and use them for the movie passes that we can buy at a discounted rate. So that's how I do. And I'm frugal about this. So I want you to, because I know how tight money is. I really do. So thanks again to Michael Gavin for coming and talking with us today. Yes. Yeah, they can just pick them up on the way out. They can pick them up on the way out. They're nice little pins. Yes, they are. The next thing I have, and I want to thank him for coming all the way from Annapolis to be with us today, is our Executive Director from MSCA, David Helfman. Thank you. David's just going to talk to you for a couple of minutes.
Just want to say it's a pleasure to be here. I have been assisting Teresa and also your board in discussions around the search for an executive director, and just want you to know that both MSCA and NEA are available to provide assistance in that effort. It's something that you may only do once every couple of decades, and it's really, really important to get right. And so, however we can, we're here to help.
David, are you ready for us to come to the convention?
I'm almost ready. It's going to be an exciting convention. We have a record number of delegates registered, and with the change in the school calendar, the look of our convention may also end up changing. If we end up in school systems across the state losing that Friday as a professional development day, it really puts our workshops in jeopardy. So over the next couple of months, we're engaged in some planning around what does the convention in 2017 and beyond look like. So for those who are coming to the convention this year, you're in for a treat. It should be an exciting one, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you very much, Dave. I appreciate you taking the time to come and being with us today. Okay, Tawana Lane, budget. I'm sorry, did you have a question, ma'am?
Robert McNeil, Board of Directors.
Treasurer, did you push the button on?
Oh, man, okay, here we go. Robert McNeil, Board of Directors. With flexibility, I just wanted to add a D under appearances. Back in February, I came before this body and I spoke about a young man who worked for Prince George's County Public Schools who was homeless. And, you know, they had a bad snowstorm. And people graciously contribute money in order to get this young man a gift card. Students brought in toiletries to give to this young man. Unfortunately, I still have not gotten this young man's personal information to be able to give to him. So I still have the gift card for $43. I needed the body. I know we can't do action on the appearances, but I'm saying that so we can kind of start thinking about what we want to do with that $43 and then move forward. So I still have the $43 and the toiletries.
I have been trying to get that information from 2250, and it has been challenging, and I would ask that you give me a little lenience and see if I can work on it some more. Okay? Thank you. Okay, Treasurer's report, Tawana Lane.
Good afternoon, Tawana Lane, Treasurer. My apologies for not having the report written out for you. It will be placed on the website under pgcea.org. So it's going to be a brief one. Audit is scheduled The order of the financial statements for fiscal year 2015-2016 has been scheduled. The orders will be at PGCA on October 13th and 14th, 2016 for the planning phase. The field work, the dates are October 13th and 14th, 2016 for the planning phase for the auditors. The field work will be conducted during their week-long visit from January 16th through January 20th of 2017. This date is later than normal due to the fact that the lead auditor on the audit team that worked with us last year left the company and another had to be assigned. Dues and agency fees, income for fiscal year 2015-2016. The accountant has completed reconciliations of dues and agency fees for fiscal year 15-16 and has sent final payments to MSCA and EA for their portion of what was collected from members and fee payers. The final income numbers for fiscal year 2015-2016 are as follows for dues and agency fees. So I'm going to read the dues first. Dues income, actual amount, $1,588,1400. Budgeted amount, $1,407,528. That's a variance of $180 and $180,486. Our agency fee income, actual amount, $120,345. Budgeted, $163,826. That's a negative decrease of $43,481. Total amount between the dues and agency fees, $1,708,359. Budgeted, $1,571,354, an increase of $137,500. The negative $43,481 is not collected as much in agency fees as budgeted due to the member drive. That's why we have an actual increase. It is important to note that for the two income categories combined, we came in ahead of budget by $137,500. So 137,005, indicating our income was higher than estimated or budgeted by this amount. We had more dues payers than we expected and less fee payers. So that's a good thing, guys. Than we expected due to the successful membership drive and the convention of many fee payers to become members. So give yourself a round of applause. And Madam President, that's the end of my report.
Thank you. All right, thank you, Ms. Lane. I should have asked you if you wanted to do ECLF while you were at the mic. And FPC. We have some really exciting news, and I want to make sure she shared.
So, Prince George's County is one of the five, there's only 5 states that's actually participating in the Early Leadership, ECLF, Early Career Leadership Fellows Collaborative. It's a group that works with 5 years, and you might have seen it in the Daily Dispatch if you read it. It's for if you're 35 or younger, and 5 years or less experience in the county. Not in the county, in the profession. So the president and I have both applied for the ECLF, and guess what? Prince George's got it. And we're the only local in the state of Maryland who is participating in it. I serve as the coach. There are 11 fellows. The new educators will be deciding how do we come up with a plan on how to maintain, retain teachers and experience in that year. Because if you know, I've been a teacher now 21 years. That's a very we don't really see the 20 and older anymore. It's usually 5 and then they're gone, 3 and then they're gone, 6 months and they're gone. And so this group will be deciding on how do we reach that group. Because that is an age group. If we don't, there won't be anybody behind us for our babies. So besides paying them, they're going to come up with another of how to figure that out. We have some members of the fellows here, so it's 11 of them. If there are any members of the fellow here, please stand so we can give you a round of applause. I know I've seen one. Yay! This is Ms. Kendall Howard. She's a new rep of Forest Heights Elementary School. She is in her 2nd year of teaching. Okay, and Future Teacher Committee meets second Tuesday Stories of the Month. We'll be working in partnership with the fellows. So that's where we are. Thank you.
The ECLF, the Early Career Leadership, evolved out of the TURN group. That's the Teacher Union Reform Network. And Ms. Shern, Rowena, is working with our local TURN group where labor and management are working together. And now we're sitting down on a monthly basis with management through TURN to address issues that the committee feels are our priority issues. And right now, we're working on the implementation of restorative practices. And Robin McNair is also on that committee, the TURN committee. And the goal is to make it an institutional thing so that it doesn't just happen because I happen to walk into the CEO's office and say, hey, we need to work together on this. So it's going to be a continuous collaboration. And the ECLF is really a wonderful thing because those 10 people get to go and spend a few days, 11 people, we actually got an extra person, are going to get to spend 3 days with national people in Washington, D.C. this weekend, and then they're going to be traveling different places and having different trainings. So it's really important that we do this outreach. Next we have Sarah Lale, our GR chair. Give her a hand. Come on now. Let's show these people who love today.
Sarah Lale, Government Relations. So we've already talked about the elections. You were able to meet some of the candidates. So we definitely want to make sure we get out the vote. But we also need your help at the polling stations. Early voting is from October 27th to November 3rd. We want to get people out there at the polls, trying to get people to vote. November 8th, we know is a big election. We're definitely going to need people at the polls at that time. We have 2 dates of when we want to have people do a phone banking. I just lost where I wrote down. On October 29th, the tentative dates for phone banking, and November 5th is another tentative date for phone banking. There's a few things we need to put into the works to make sure we can schedule that. So we're going to need you, and I will be sending out information to you all to then spread to your membership, that we need everybody to come out. We know this is a big election on the national scale and on the local scale, so we need to make sure we have everybody out there. We should also make sure we have your personal emails. We don't want to send out political action committee information and government relations committees to your PGCPS email. And you should get an email from the Action Network from the GR committee. We do have our next meeting on October 5th at 4:30. You're welcome to come. And I think that's it. Making sure we are there to vote and that we are supporting our candidates. Okay. All right, so there is a election we cannot lose vote 2016. If you could fill that out for poll volunteers. Randy and Jamal in the process of passing them out. If you could pass this out and fill them out for us, that would be very helpful.
And if you volunteer to help us out at the polls on election day by filling out the forms, we have some wonderful shirts for you. And can somebody hold up in the back one of the shirts for us? Or bring us a shirt up here? Thank you.
Just a reiteration of our meeting dates is every first Wednesday. Our next one is October 5th at 4:30.
See how easy it is to get the man to follow up? No, just kidding. You get this nice Educators for Hillary shirt, and on the back, it says, we need a president who will fight for strong public schools in every zip code, every community across the country. I want to be that president, Hillary Clinton. So you get one of these, and, you know, the last meeting, there were some challenges between me and my brother, but I want you to know that he emailed me, and we had a long conversation about loving each other, treating each other with dignity and respect. And that's how we're going to go.
I wanted to come back and publicly apologize to Madam President, to the board, and to the body for my conduct last month. It was egregious. It was out of order. If anybody knows me, I'm all about order. I made a terrible mistake, and once I realized it, I reached out, and it's been bothering me all month. So I'm going to come back and
and as we are adopting our agenda with flexibility, we have another guest who's come to visit us, and he is from the coordinated campaign for Prince George's County in the state of Maryland. They're located over on McCormick Place, I believe it is. Mercantile Lane, and I'll let you introduce yourself.
First off, I'd like to take a moment and thank each of you for what you do. I'm the son of a teacher back in Iowa, so thank you all. Oh, sorry, Mike's always the hard part. So my name is Tyler Renaud. I'm the field director for the Maryland Coordinated Campaign. Just doing a quick update about the campaign and the election. Things are going well. We're, I think, doing the best of anyone in the country, voter turnout wise. Just in this county alone, we've made hundreds of thousands of phone calls, knocked on 20,000 plus doors, and but we're 43 days out, so we need your help. We obviously have a lot of important elections coming up this year, but the purpose of the Maryland Coordinated Campaign is to also lay the groundwork so that in the future we can get a governor that's a little more friendly to teachers and education. So we need your help.
Can you get an amen on that?
So we need people to go knock on doors. We're talking to folks that typically aren't talked to, try to get them engaged with the party or with the pro-education stances, and we need your help. We're over at 1101 Mercantile Lane, the same Democratic headquarters that it's been for a while. We'd love to see you. We're open all day, every day. So thank you so much for your time.
And the office hours?
Currently they're 10 to 9 every day except for Sunday, in which we are open 1 to 9.
And if there's specific things that you'd like to get, like bumper stickers or things like that, they have them there.
Yep. Yard signs, bumper stickers. I brought some lit, but some of it has been taken already. We are also looking for everyone to help out in any which way they can. We have a lot of great young staff and interns from the high schools. Some of them need help, with rides. We need people bringing water, food for the staff and for the interns. So anything you can do, we'd appreciate it. So thank you.
All right, thank you for coming today. I appreciate that. And the coordinated campaign is the national candidates, the people that are running for national office. For Senate, Chris Van Hollen, whom you've endorsed, Anthony Brown, Steny Hoyer, and of course Hillary Clinton. So those are the, that's where the coordinated campaign comes together. Okay? Sarah, were you done here? Where'd she go? Did she leave? Okay. Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. I'm going to jump over membership for right now, except to say that we will be having a meeting the membership meeting is the second Monday in October. Excuse me? Second Monday in October. And Minority Affairs, Annette Jones, did you have a brief report you'd like to give us? You come up here to this mic right here, because it's hard for people to keep turning on. I used to sit over here.
So good evening, everyone. Annette Jones, Minority Affairs Committee in Fairwood Elementary. Our illustrious committee, yes, we met on last Tuesday and we worked out an agenda for this half of the year. Coming up as soon as maybe October 15th, you will get in your email and also streaming online our essay and art competition, our MLK essay and art competition. The topics and all the procedure and rules will be online. Also in your email, all reps and school administrators in language arts will also get the email. So please encourage your students to participate. We always have a very strong feedback from you, and we anticipating you will continue to support us and encourage your students to participate. The prize is cash award, and based on your donation, we are able to give out, we'll be able to give out maybe most likely a good amount of recipient winners. The presentation will be at Kingsford Elementary School at about 6:30. We will do that presentation. In addition to that, our regular Taste of Diversity, we have shifted it a little bit because of end of year activities and such like, and many of you really appreciate spicing up your taste buds. So we are bringing forward to our regular time to the end of February, at our February rep meeting. Let me see what again, as Minority Affairs, we want to pay tribute come October to our Hispanic community. So at that, Madam President, I'm not sure if the Vice President spoke with you regarding such decision. We may have a representative from the Hispanic just to welcome the teachers here and to, yes, just to make sure that we remember them when we know them and we appreciate that they are here. Okay, and I think that's it. The second part of our agenda for 2017 in January, there we will brief you. We don't want to overwhelm you with everything. Last but not least, our members, please just meet me for 2 minutes. Committee members, please meet me for 2 minutes. And in addition, if there's anyone who, if you wish to join us, you can participate with us. Our meetings are held every third Thursday of each month. Thank you very much.
The Minority Affairs Committee. All of our committee events are posted on our PGCEA website. If you go to pgcea.org /calendar, I spelled calendar right? Boom. And then they'll all populate. You can see all the calendar for everything that's scheduled. It's just loading because I'm using my phone as a hotspot. So, because for some reason Wi-Fi is not working But it'll populate on your screen when you go there. And there's also on our website, on the front page, on the bottom, there's an RS feed, and that is right here. You will also be getting more information on how to sign up for our app. Donna Christie has been working so hard on, but we have to, there's a few bugs we gotta work out right now. Do you want to do a brief report on that? Okay. I'm adopted, I just, because this is kind of important, I just want to give her a few moments to talk about it.
The app is coming along. The glitch is with restricting it to members only and how to make that happen. And so that's where we're stuck, is because we want the app to be members only so that, you know, the whole just general public can't be on it messing with it. So that's where the glitch is right now, is how to restrict it to members only. But other than that, we're pretty much ready to go. It's just how to do that.
All right. Thank you, Donna's been working on it hard all this summer. I just wanted to make sure that she had a chance to give you an update. NECC, we need to have 2 members from the Rep Council to serve on the Executive Search Committee for our new Executive Director. If you are interested in that, It will require some meetings to attend to and actually going through the interview process. I put it on the agenda for us to have that election today. So if you are interested in serving on that committee, we really don't have guidelines for this because we haven't had to find an executive director for 20 years. So that's how important this search is, to get somebody in there who's going to stick around for a while. So I believe Linda had some, does NECC had some ballots printed up?
I'm actually going to recuse myself from this.
Okay.
And my NECC co-chair is going to come in.
Okay. All right.
Are we accepting nominations at this time?
I am accepting nominations.
I'd like to make a nomination. Linda Shackelford, to nominate her.
Linda Shackelford. Are there any other nominations from the floor? Yes, sir.
I'd like to nominate Darla Hines.
Darla Hines. Sheena? Turn your microphone on, dear. Make the green light. There you go.
Okay. I'd like to nominate Annette Jones and Amity Pope.
Annette Jones and Amity Pope. Okay. All right. Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to nominate Lachelle King.
Lachelle King.
I'd like to nominate Laura Deneau.
Laura Deneau.
Yes. Albert Barnes from Benjamin Stoddard.
Okay. Is there anyone else?
Jermaine Norman. He was the young man that was just,
Jermaine Norman.
Public apology.
Okay. So what I'm going to ask these folks to do, okay, go ahead, dear.
I would like to nominate Mr. Howard Banks.
Howard Banks.
Madam Chair, one additional one?
Yes.
Janice Jefferson.
Janice Jefferson. And Judge Sylvania Woods. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call these people up.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I'd like to close nominations.
Yes, yes, thank you. I forgot about that. Yeah, I have a motion to close nominations.
Second.
Second by Rowena Shern. All in favor of closing nominations, say aye. All opposed? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the people up in the order that they were nominated. You got 45 seconds. Make it good. No, I'm just kidding. You get a minute, okay? So I've got Linda Shackelford, Darla Hines, Annette Jones. Please come up and get in line at the microphone so we can do this quickly. Amity Pope, Lachelle King, Laura Deneau, Albert Barnes, Jermaine Norman, Howard Banks, and Janice Jefferson. That microphone right there.
Oh, you're fine.
Hi, I have a minute?
Yeah, 1 minute.
1 minute, go. Okay. Good evening, my name is Linda Shackelford, and I am interested in being on this committee in order to help find an executive director that would help us to continue with the growth of this organization. We need to find an executive director that would promote the purpose of the association, that, as stated by the bylaws, that would help to continue to organize the staff and maintain the office of the association, and help to manage staff, and also to attend all the committee meetings and help us to continue to stay organized. Thank you.
Okay, that's Linda Shackelford from Accokeek Academy. Next we have Darla Hines from Northwestern.
Good afternoon, everyone. I believe that we are going to be tasked with the single most important decision facing us in more than 20 years. It is a very serious responsibility and one that I will take to heart. All of us. We are at a crossroads in education, and without the right executive director, we are dead in the water. Please vote for me. I have the experience, and I have a great deal of passion and the background to fulfill this task. Darla Hines, Northwestern High School.
Thank you, Darla. Annette Jones.
Good evening again, everyone. Just call up on unaware like this, not knowing. I think as a leader, you're supposed to be ready at all times when that red phone rings. And as a member of this union, I'm proud, I will represent you proudly in selecting a person with integrity, a person who has that balance and that view not to be biased about to make decisions, a person who will allow this union to grow, because right now we are under attack. And if we don't get that person with that strong background to really call a spade, we will fall by the wayside. So I'm here to read that person when I sit in that person, if you elect me, to make sure your back is covered. Please elect Annette Jones. Thank you.
Thank you, Annette Jones. And Annette is from Perrywood Elementary School. I just had to reach into the file for a second. Okay? Next we have Amity Pope. Is she still here? Amity Pope. Michelle King from Benjamin Tasker Middle School.
Good evening.
L-A capital C-H-E-L-L-E.
Thank you. Michelle King from Benjamin Tasker. Thank you for the nomination. I want to help in this search to find someone that is going to be a fighter for us. I want someone that is going to go to bat for us. Like Darla said, we have a large task at hand because there will never be another Mr. Robinson. So Michelle King, Benjamin Tasker, I want to fight for you. I want to look for someone that's going to fight for us.
Thank you, Michelle. Next we have Laura Deneau.
Hi everybody, I'm Laura Deneau from Suitland High School, and I sat on the board when we chose Lou Robinson as our executive director. I really want to sit on the committee for the new search. I am very passionate about the plight that we are in, SLOs, FFTs, et cetera, et cetera. We need to find somebody with the same qualities that we've been working with for the last 20 years. Please think of me when you're thinking about the search committee. Once again, I'm Laura Deneau from Suitland High School. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Albert Barnes.
Albert Barnes, Benjamin Stoddard Middle School. I'm a former board of directors at the state level of the state of Georgia. I have been through the hiring process of both an executive director, associate directors, and various managers at the state level. I'm familiar with the process. I would hope that you would consider me as a member of that panel. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barnes. And you are at which school? Benjamin Stoddard. Thank you very much. I'm not going there because there's too much schools. Jermaine Norman.
Jermaine's not here. I think he had to leave.
Right.
And I did want to speak in his place and tell you the reason I chose him. He's very passionate about protocol. He's not afraid to admit his wrongs, and he's a man of order. So I'm quite sure that he will be very, very diligent in looking for the qualities that's needed for an executive director to lead this large organization. That's why I chose him. That's why I nominated him.
Thank you very much, Rob. Howard Banks.
Good evening, Howard Banks. I'm in witness protection, educational witness protection at Northwestern. I fought too hard. Don't mind fighting, Georgia fight. Guaranteed I will fight for every member in this room, anytime, all the time. Vote for me. fight for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Howard. And you're at Northwestern, is that correct?
That's correct, for the moment. I've been to more schools than a school bus.
Wow. Janice,
Wow, follow up after that, huh? When she looked at me and said, Janice, are you interested? I said, yeah, I am. And I'll tell you why. Because being the building rep at Judge Sylvania Woods Elementary School for the last couple of years, and still am, has given me, I think, an intimate knowledge of many of the issues that we're facing every day and that we see on the news every single morning. You can't turn on your television, you can't turn on your radio without hearing something else about the issues that are facing us. I can't go out of my building without running into a media truck quite often. They're all around us. When I said yes, it was because I would love to have a chance to ask the candidate about how they would handle so many of the issues that I know that we are facing personally at our school, but that are having a domino effect, across the school system. I worked with Lou when he was here, and Lou got us through a few scrapes. He kind of put his influence in there and got us through a few things, made some phone calls, and really kind of eased the burden on us. And I think if you can find somebody who will help take care of his members and advocate, for us, then, boy, I sure would like that opportunity to talk to that person. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Jefferson. So there you have it, your candidates to be from the members representing your voices on the Central Committee. And so you get to choose two. What'd I say? Did I say Central Committee? I'm sorry, I serve on a Democratic Central Committee. I got a little Central Committee on the brain these days. That's a whole nother conversation. So pick two, and when you're done, you can just hold your ballot up in the air. Did you guys have the ballot?
Oh, hey, David, the ballot. If you did not get a ballot, raise your hand and they will bring you one. If you have extra ballots, they will bring them to you.
Thank you. And for the sake of protocol and keeping it clean, Ms. Shackelford will not be counting the ballots, even though she is the chair of the NECC. The other members of the NECC will be doing that. Virginia McLaughlin will be handling it. Okay, thank you. Counting the ballots. You're in charge. And somebody please don't forget the board of directors. It hurts our feelings and makes us feel bad when you forget about us.
We've been trying to forget about you.
That's really powerful to tell your children to say that too. When they get into a fight, you're hurting my feelings and making me feel bad. I'm only going to ask you one time to stop it. That's powerful. Stopped a lot of fights in my class. Okay, so on the agenda, I was at. Raina, did you have any announcements from PDO?
Point of information, Madam President.
Yes.
Just I assume that some people from the board will be serving on this committee as well?
Yes, sir.
How many people will be on the committee?
I believe, and I left the list in my office, that there were 7. Myself, the treasurer, the vice president, that made 3, and then we had 4 members of the board of directors.
I know.
And those 4 members want to raise their hand.
Of course you're going to help me, or else.
Sheena, Donna, Michelle, and Rowena. Last call for ballots. Last calls for ballots. Thank you very much. And I appreciate you guys doing that in 12 minutes. Thank you very much. Okay, so, moving right along. Raymond, go ahead, babe.
Rainier Miller, PDL Committee. Hello, everyone. We had a SLO training the other evening. It was fabulous, fantastic. You missed it. If you were here, give yourself a round of applause. Yes, we had a great time. We will have another session tomorrow night. If you didn't come then, I hope to see you tomorrow. Our next training after that will be on co-teaching. How many of you have to co-teach this year? We shall see you there. Yes? October 4th. The announcement will go out. You will see it in your email. Please register. Spaces have been filling up very, very quickly. Read Across America. Darla is going to come up and let you know what's going on with Read Across America. That's all we have for PDL.
Where's the young lady that was interested in Read Across America? Where did she? I just saw. Here she is, Darla. There's your working partner right there.
Oh, yes. How many of you are readers? Raise your hand. Okay. Those of you who have time for it, okay. I love a good mystery. And let's just see what your literary background is like. How many people can complete this statement? Would you, could you, in a box? Okay, good. All right. On March the 2nd, we have the birthday of that illustrious author, and that is the day for Read Across America. Put that on your calendars, and we'll talk more about it later. Nothing more to announce at this point. Thank you.
Thank you, Darla. We will be also working with the Radical Readers portion of that. And Read Across America with the Dr. Seuss, that's for the little ones. The Radical Readers is for the middle school. So Ange from WPG, what is that? I forget all that, the radio stations. But Ange has been working on that for the past 5 years, and she's going to continue. I have spoken with her. All right, so next we have Public Relations Committee, Sunil Crutchfield.
Hello, everyone, again.
Hello, everyone, once again. I'm glad to be here this evening. Right now, we are working on, give me one minute. Okay. We're working on the newsletter, and that's coming forth. You'll receive a newsletter, and that will keep you informed of what's going on, and we can inform the public as well. And we'll let you know of any meetings coming forth.
Next we have, do you have anything from Sick Leave Bank, Laura? Go ahead.
Okay, how many know, I'm Laura Denew, Sick Leave Bank Chair. How many of you know what September 30th is? Okay, and how many of you are going to email your staff and tell them that? Because, you know, we're so busy, we don't want one more thing to do, but this is really, really important. We want everybody to join the Sick Leave Bank. It's so important. Just very quickly, this month the Sick Leave Bank Committee has met on 2 occasions, September 12th and today. Today we reviewed and approved 31 additional applications for a total of 71 eligible grants. Of those 71 grants, 39 were returning grants or grants that have been extended for longer than one eligibility cycle of 30 days. So, please everybody, send that email to your staff, September 30th, last day.
Very important. I'm going to talk about that in the President's report as well. Sheena Washington.
Yay! Good evening, everyone.
My name is Sheena Washington, a new Board of Directors member and very proud chair of the Special Ed Committee. What we have coming up, October 18th, we're planning a meet and greet for all special educators to have an opportunity to meet with their district representatives, the special ed SEISs, and different people from the special ed office, just to kind of come together and start building relationships so that we're able to share our stories. Last week I was able to attend a meeting sponsored by Virginia Jacobs and Sabrina Epps, and it was a meeting where stakeholders were in a room and everyone had the opportunity to discuss concerns. And special education came up from parents, from different community organizations. And so I'm really looking forward to creating partnerships where we can attend board meetings united with educators and with parents together, and to get our message across that there needs to be real meaningful change and reform in our classrooms. I would also encourage you to continue encouraging your teachers in your schools to contact their UniServe directors. I've been getting a lot of emails about additional local school-based mandates that are placing additional time constraints on special educators in terms of collecting data on students on a weekly basis, on IEP goals. All of these things add to our workload when we already have state and federal mandates. So please continue to report those concerns to your UniServe directors. And again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Our meetings are held on the third Tuesdays of every month. So keep a lookout for October 18th. And Rainia, my colleague, did mention that we have a co-teaching training coming up on October 4th. So please keep a lookout. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very hard-working committee. Time to learn, time to teach. I'm going to postpone. We'll talk about that in October. Restorative practices. Rob McNair, do you have a report? Okay, thank you, ma'am.
On October 13th, we're going to have the rescheduled ELL at the Common Core. It was canceled for September and it's been rescheduled for October 13th. So if you registered for that workshop, it's going to be October 13th. Please write it down. I'm sorry? Yes, you should send out a reminder. November 17th, we're going to have how to support the LGBTQ teen in the classroom. And that should be coming out late October. And our committee meets the first Thursday of the month at 4:30 here. So that's it.
Thank you. And just so you know, Robin and Randy Green are two trainers of trainers on restorative practices. And I know you guys keep hearing us talking about what it is and what it is and what it is. And we're working towards making sure everybody knows what it is. And I'm not going to go into all of that today. I did skip over social committee, Marguerite Matthews. Yay!
Marguerite Matthews, Fairwood Elementary School, and what's going on? That's right. So we're getting our committee together, and we want to send out, I guess, a lengthy email next Monday, but we will meet the second Monday in October to plan out, because we want to get some activities started. So if you know that you want to be a member, I'm going to have a sheet in the back. Just put your name and your email so that you can sign up so you can receive these emails.
Marguerite, don't you have something on the calendar already for November the 5th?
Yes. We just want to wait for everything to be approved, but our tentative schedule is November 5th. We want to have a health fair here. So we just want to make sure everything gets approved so that we can get the health fair here so that we can talk about healthy habits, have an exercise program for our members, just little activities. So November 5th, wait for all the approval. This is going to be sponsored by a young high school student.
Okay. All right. Linda Mitchell had to step out for the Fund for Children. If you are not donating to the Fund for Children by payroll deduction, I'm going to ask you to do so. And we have the forms here available for you, because when the elections come up for school board, we had our candidates here today for Congress, when they come up for the state offices, especially in 2018, we have to be ready. We have to have money for our issues. And so what happens is the money that you donate to our political action committee goes towards helping us let other people know what our positions are on issues. When I say other people, I mean people outside of PGCEA. As an association, I cannot use member dues to spend money for outside advertising for candidates. I'm limited to only being able to use, I say we are limited to only using PAC dollars for that. So if you are not a member, we're going to have another update on the PAC and do a PAC drive in October. And each one of you, I'm asking you to do it. When I was in the classroom, I started out with $1 a paycheck, and then I moved up, and then it became $5. And right now I do $30 a paycheck, okay? But I'm the president, okay? I'm not going to ask you to do anything that I'm not doing myself. So that's how that is. Okay, so now we're moving to, we didn't have any old business.